God in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Let's get this one more time. Philippians 3 and 14. I press towards the mark for the prize of the high calling of Yahweh in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Sorry, the wind's lucky on the wind blowing. First and foremost, I want to give all glory and eternal, infinite glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the millstone. Peace, salutations to the elect of Israel. It's Brother Yalad Masah coming back with another one. So it's funny, I was just thinking, and I like all that motivational talking type stuff. You know what I'm saying? I like all that stuff. I like hearing David Goggins and all these different people, and talk about keep pushing forward, keep moving forward. When I hear that, I instantly got to go to the scriptures, because that's the truth. That's what we base our lives off of. That's what we read. We ask Yahweh Bashem Yahushua to help us implement it into our lives so that we can learn to become that perfect vessel for Yahweh Bashem Yahushua when he returns. That's why we go through all this chastisement. That's why we go through all these different things, because the Lord loves us, and he's getting the bull off of us, you know what I'm saying? Getting all that nonsense off of us, right? So, I started thinking, when you exercise, I can only speak for exercise. When you exercise, whether it's walking or running or jumping rope or boxing, whatever, lifting weights, whatever it is that you do to exercise, and I hope that y'all do. I hope that y'all do exercise. I hope that y'all, move your bodies. Because the scriptures do tell us that we'll be pilgrims upon earth. We got to pick up our stuff and go. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushai only knows where he's going to take us to. We don't know how far that's going to be. So we can't be out of shape and be sluggish when those things come. Let us be better people. Power and spirit, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that's what's more important. Scriptures do say that, what is it? Physical activity profits a little. Is that what it is? Yeah, physical exercise profits little. 1 Timothy 4 and 8, for bodily exercise profiteth little, but godliness is profitable unto all things, having promise of life that now is, and of that which is to come. See, there it is. We have to stay rooted in the spirit, because that's what's going to save us, because it links us right to Yahweh Shai, to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Salaki. So we stay in the spirit. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to say, nah, don't go that way, go this way. You know what I'm saying? Nah, don't eat that, eat this. Nah, don't have that person roll with y'all. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, right? Isaiah 33 and 6. Let's just get it here since I got the app walking and talking. Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, the strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is his treasure, right? And the only way we can activate that is through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem. We need the spirit. We need to be disciplined, right? We have to, we go through these situations to build our confidence, right? Same way exercising, right? You might not have been lifting much the first time you did it, but now you're lifting a lot. You know what I'm saying? Let's start from the top. James 1 and 1. James, the servant of Yahweh and of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. See, there you go. Don't let nobody sit here and tell you that the 12 tribes of Israel, man, please. Don't let them tell you that. James 1 and 2, my brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying, Salakia, of your faith worketh patience. So that's what it is. We are learning patience, right? We're learning to properly suffer the right way. What in the hell is that? That is a big ass roach. We're learning to suffer we're learning to suffer properly through the Spirit. We're learning to suffer, and we're learning to trust Yahweh Bashim Yahushai completely and wholly. WHOLY, right? In whole. Because if we don't do that, if we don't hold on to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, good Lord have mercy. We're through. We're finished. We ain't got no faith. We're done. And let's thank Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for the faith that He's bestowed upon us. You know what I'm saying? A gift. He's given us a beautiful gift, man. People in this world are not ready for what's coming. These people yesterday, they went to them whorehouses and acted like that they went in there dancing and eating pork and everything else. They're not being told about the MOTB. They're not being told about the true name of the Lord, Yahweh Shai. They're not being told, about the things that are coming to pass. They're not being told how important the name is and how it's the only name that's going to save you, and that there's power in that name. We're not being told that you're an Israelite, and that's who the only people who Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is dealing with. They don't tell you these things that's going to help you help them gain salvation. And that's a cold piece, man. For the Lord not to give everybody that, because it ain't for everybody, and we know that. We know it's not for everybody. But let's continue to go this, and then through the power of Spirit, help. Let me get it. Yeah, Matthew 13 and 11. Yahweh Shai speaking, and he answered and said unto them, the 12 disciples. Let's go back some. Matthew 13 and 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, that's Yahweh Shai, why speakest unto them in parables? Now, parables is like, it's a like simile type of thing. You know what I mean? It's like, let's look up what the word parable means. Man, what's wrong? I can't spell. Parable. A parable is a short, simple story designed to illustrate a moral, spiritual, or ethical lesson by casting a familiar everyday scenario beside a deeper abstract thought. It uses comparison to make complex ideas easier to grasp. See what I'm saying? Look at that. It makes it easier for them to grasp. He said, listen, let me, it's like dumbing it down. Well, let me dumb it down for these folks. You know what I'm saying? Let me say it, you ever see The Last Dragon when Bruce Leroy had that medallion and his master told him to go to some dumb goy, and it was a damn fortune cookie place, and he kept trying to get in there, and these Moabite dudes, they were acting like Jake anyway. They kept trying to tell him, they're like, yo, man, you can't talk to the master. whoop, but the master was a machine that made the fortune cookies. He didn't find it out till later. But they kept telling him, "No, you can't see the master." He's like, "I gotta see the master." He's like, "Listen." He was like, "Let me say it through so you can understand it, Gene." This is a Moabite talking like this. He said, "You go now, chop chop, holy ass out of this place." Like he had to say it like that to him for him to get it. But Yahweh Shai was just saying it in a parable. You know what I'm saying? So we know what that definition is. Matthew 13:11, he answered and said unto them, the 12 disciples, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. So you have to understand, and we got to be thankful for being one of the ones that the mysteries of the kingdom is given to. Who it's given to, Salaki. And for sure. There you go. Yeah, whatever. All right. So we need to be thankful and be fearful and mindful of us being given the mysteries of the kingdom, because we see people all day walking around here calling on Jesus cross and all this other stuff. You see that Mexican dude out there, every time I see that dude, his face got the word Jesus tattooed on it. Like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? But folly is set in great dignity. You know what I'm saying? The rich sit in a low place at the same time, man. The deceived and the deceiver are his. You know what I'm saying? Now, could the man repent if the Spirit of the Lord jumped on him if he's an Israelite? No doubt. But as of right now, Philippians 2:12, man, we got to work out, man. Let me get that. It ain't like, trust me, it ain't like he ain't heard the truth. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. That's what we're on right now. You know what I'm saying? Fear and trembling. If we don't have that, we do. All right, let's just go back to James 1, talking about the suffering and the things that we're supposed to be gaining through the Spirit. Okay, James 1:4, but let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. That's right. We ain't supposed to be wanting nothing, because we know we went to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai in prayer through faith, right? Believing that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to give it to us, and we good money. The more we stay in the Spirit, the less we worry about this boo in this world. Man, this Esau's made this world where it wants to rip our faith out of our bodies. That's why Yahweh Shai said, "Let no man take thy crown." Let's see if we can get that. Boom, Revelations 3:11, red letter, Yahweh Shai talking, behold, I come quickly. Hold fast that which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. What are we holding fast to? We holding fast to the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. We holding fast to these scriptures. We're holding fast to this truth. We're holding fast to the Lord being who He is and who we are, and He says we are. We're holding on to all the keys of salvation. And we can't be focusing on a bunch of bull to take our mind off of what's important. The scriptures say what? That where your heart is, well, so let's read that, where your treasure is. Boom, Matthew 6:21. Red letters, Shahadashah talking. Listen, we're bringing out everything that our Lord and Savior Yahushua Hamashiach said. Right? Matthew 6:21, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So that's what it is. Where's our treasure? Our treasure is in the kingdom. Our treasures are eternal. They're not carnal. That's we want shit, but we know good and doggone well. That's not the end all be all. The end all be all is us getting in the kingdom, getting that crown put on our head, and hearing the beautiful words, "My good and faithful servant," because that's what it is. We got to be good and faithful servants, and we're not good based off of who we are. We're good. We're good because we're doing what Yahweh Hashem Yahushua told us to do. That's what makes us good. The blood, His blood that was shed for the nation of Israel. That's what makes us good. Our faith is considered righteousness. That's what makes us good. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look that up, man. I'll look that up in a minute. I'll look up that word good. Matthew 25 and 23. Boom. AMP. His master said unto him, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful and trustworthy over a little." You see, now, I got me stuttering. Now look at that. A little. Stay consistent with what you're doing. A little. He said, this is just a little bit. You're being faithful over this right here. You're doing this right here. You staying consistent, and you doing it in truth and sincerity. You calling on my name, you calling on Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You calling on the Father. Man, listen, you are. I will put you in charge of many things. Share in the joy of your master. But this, once again, I want to look up what this word "good" means. Good, G18.
Strong's G18. Agathos.
Of good oh Lord. I feel like one of them dudes that be in them videos. Read this card right here. Of good constitution or nature. That's the water, Yahweh. Thank you. Of good constitution or nature, useful, salutary, good, pleasant, agreeable, joyful, happy. Now let me tell you something. Regardless of what the hell's going on, let us be joyful and let us be happy. Agreeable. What do? We touch and agree. We agree with the scriptures. When we watch the lessons from the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and all the elders and all the brothers that teach it in the same gospel, we get comforted through these scriptures. So yeah, be happy, excellent, distinguished, upright, honorable. We held the faith. We kept pushing. Regardless of what the hell went on around us, we didn't waver. We were 10 tones down for Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That's good. That's the good part. Right? Let's read it one more time. Matthew 25:23. His master said to him, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful and trustworthy over a little. I will put you in charge of many things. Share in the joy of your master." So once again, he's like, all this stuff I got for you over here, you've earned it. You've earned it. You've earned it. Whew. Good Lord, have mercy. Man, hold on. I know this started off about us keeping the move forward, and it still is. We are still moving forward. We are still moving forward. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not into thine own understanding. And in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. That is moving forward. Because our paths are still going forward. We ain't looking back. What happened to Lot's wife when she looked back? She was vaporized. We ain't going out like that. And you sisters, you stay focused. You stay focused on what's going on, brothers. Let's keep doing our thing, man. Because if we don't stay focused, we gonna lose. We are going to lose. Philippians 3 and 12 through 14. Not as though I had already attained, neither are already perfect, but I follow after, if that I may apprehend that for which also I am apprehended of Yahushua Mashiach. Brethren, count not myself, brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forward unto those things which are before. I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling, which is in God, which is in Yahweh, calling of Yahweh, in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Let's go to Philippians 3:12. I want to read that. AMP. Salaki on this win, man. AMP. Not that I've already obtained it, this goal of being Hamashiach-like, for have already been made perfect. But I actively press on so that I may take up hold of that perfection for which Yahweh Shai HaMashiach took hold of me and made me his own. Brothers and sisters, I do not consider that I have made it my own yet, but one thing I do, forgetting what lies behind and reaching forward to what lies ahead. That's where our mind is supposed to be. And Philippians 3:14, I press on toward the goal to win the heavenly prize of the upward call of Yahweh in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Keep moving forward. If you don't move forward, you are going to fall back, look back at that bull, then you're going to be like, oh man, I miss all that. No, you don't miss all that. No, you don't. No, you don't. What that dude say? No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't. You don't miss it. Stop acting like you miss it. Listen, I want to give all, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect. I want to give all glory and honor and power unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Chadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, salutations to the elect of Israel. Until next time, it's your brother Eli Messiah. Shalom.